Good morning and welcome to today's session of Moments with Clara. For the past two sessions, we've been talking about the topic of where have my friends gone? And we understand that often our friends simply don't know what to say, so they quit talking to us or they quit coming around. And there are times when our friends just simply cannot handle our grief, so they stay away. It's just exhausting for them, and maybe they're experiencing problems in their own lives, and it's just much too painful for them to see parents of child loss suffering through this type of pain. There's another thing we want to look at, though. Often our friends put an unrealistic timeline on our grieving. I don't know about you, but I've experienced that where I've had friends come up and say, well, it's been 3 months. Isn't it time you stop talking about this? And, you need to get back to normal. I used to try to give an explanation back, but I don't anymore because I'm feeling that they just won't get it. So I simply don't answer to assumptions like that. But you and I know that there is no time limit for our grieving. Most of us, if not all, will grieve the loss of our child for the remainder of our days. Obviously, the pain and grief will grow less acute over the years, and we will have swingbacks with our grief. There will be those turnarounds when our grief comes back with a vengeance, which we already discussed. But our grief will always be here no matter how far along we've moved in our grief. And some people simply will refuse to believe that. Those are the kind of friends that I say it's okay to let them fall by the wayside, truly. Because when we have somebody whispering or sometimes shouting in our ear that you need to move on, you're living too much in your grief, you're living too much of your life in what never will be, we miss the old you need to get back to being the old you. When we have that happening to us, it just adds grief on top of grief. And you and I know that carrying the burden of child loss, the grief that comes from it, is enough. We don't need added pain to what we're already feeling. Many of you have expressed that family members have added to your grief. They've put timelines on your grieving. They've told you how you should grieve, how long, when, and where. It's okay to distance yourself from friends and family who do that to you. There's only one person that understands your grief completely, and that is you. So sometimes our friends just aren't very friendly. And that's when it's okay to close that door and move on. It's a hard thing to do. I find it very hard to do, yet I've had to do it. And by doing so, I have given myself a lot of relief, and you will too. You don't need the added guilt, the added burden of thinking there's something wrong with you if you close down a friendship because of the criticism or the unjust timelines that have been placed on you for your grieving. That being said, we are going to switch to a different topic in our next session. We will discuss deeper this idea of what the grief is from child loss, how we can deal with it, how we can work through some of the hard parts of grief. And I hope that as you journey through today, you will be able to see some blessings in your life, that you will be able to give at least one smile. And I will close out today saying that I send you my love, and I will talk to you again tomorrow with another Moment with Clara.